UFO and military interceptions. Really a long time ago, as from this day to now, still there's a lot of different things happening where people is looking for us. But outside the earth, it's not only, there's a lot of things different, but now there's also a new world and a new type from other countries, out of our earth and solar system. Every half they are changing so hardly. But if you know how to use just the way to check it in, it still be so behavior just to done it across the street. Of course, how people use justice for helping at center of the earth is not only they are looking for. Of course, where the lamp is shifted in is not only where everything on the sky not expected a UFO scenes in, and it still becomes impossible and chunks ways just to use a big rolly sensors. But of course, as everything say in where it's also, it's really become really hard. And people just don't know how to just use that because it's really powerful just to take it all of these out. So it's be really interested in just how it can kill the next day. Of course, when our killing spree all of W, Q and E have finished, is what as everyone is talking about. Just 3 of these can be struck. If you have triple kill, it's not everything in Katarina is talking about. Of course, Katarina is very dangerous, and she's very dangerous, but she's hard to play. Before she's easy, but now she's hard. Of course, why? Yes, you have to be fast. Just like these. Now, turn off these first, and then try to be really fast in these. Fast, and you will have a lot of things before it's interested in where people is looking just for. But of course, the way that people is looking in is not every time become the truth. If you just farm and don't have anything just to kill, yes, you will not have the way of sharing censure. Of course, if you don't want to hear lies, it's not only just people is looking for it. You just stay outside and killed in the enemy. Yes, for just 10 kills like that, the enemy will lose all of their blood and just have just a little. This time you fire burn and you will have that. But as I think Katarina shouldn't have. Now we don't need fire burn anymore. Why? Yes, it's also really interested, but maybe it can use. But I think they really don't need. Yes, flash is really necessary, and flash is necessary, and everything is too okay. It's not only these can be done, but just have a little lot and you do that. Yes, and I have the where it's called health region. Yes, of course. So this is not only where people looking at it, but this is really empty. What you are talking about? Of course, now the PM way is just being afraid. I have to change this into English first. But then, if you use just how it can be done, is not. Is of course become insatiable. Why? People usually just need a 2 suitcases. The sound profiles and the display, the time date, or everything like backup manager, applications, security, the connections, network, memory reset, or something like that. It's not usually not interested in. Yes, owing to where, which is just help for yourself, and using the way in your phone. It can be English, it can be what people is doing for. Not every time. You will have the ways of taking stuff. If you just use where people is using all of the sites, you wouldn't have to fight these things. But not really the truth. Of course, as everyone using just the cycle phrase. Its stars can be strange, but not every time. It's just be afraid of the things in the mic. Yes, from the start to the end, it's just still a big types of where be interested in. Yes, the inbox in here. Not every time become the truth, but as you just see that, and you can see the real things in your mind. Yes, if you can see, as everyone is looking for the silent, the outdoor, my profile is not usually become interested in. Everything like calculator or just in the context or key part is just still in the memo. As people is looking for interested things, the converter or the world clock stopwatch with task or something like that is not never makes sense to just people is looking for a new way just to pass. It's really hard just to use Katarina. Yes, as everyone know, it's hard for me. Yes, as a lot of people is looking, it's not hard, but actually with the normal ways of doing this, it's not very hard. But you know one thing, silent every time is not good for you. Just after stopping silent and you wait for a time, it's running down for people just living in, where it's just now 6 minutes. Prepare to have 7, and for 14 minutes next. Of course I can shorten this, but it can't be like in our imagination. It still wastes time. And now I will talk for one unit just for 60 minutes. And whilst we just use for people using the stuff. Of course all the wrecked things usually cause the waste of damage, just in the cyclone. Of course, is real, it's real. As you see, it's really bad just showing it off. Looking for it, that is better. Yes, but Katarina usually shouldn't have these things before he flooded out. Katarina is so strong. But just how to play it? Really hard. You can lose the road without farm, and you can lose the road with rounds just be died at the first. Without no talking in, you can make the eyes of where people is just looking for a new UFO the military conversions. It's every time just become the news. But just every time all of the things happen, it's not make them become so unusual and just looking for it out. If you see in a new way, yes, you have to find out more about this. Yes, how to be good at Katarina? Yes, a really hard way. Just looking for it. And boom. Yes, that. Really, it's just only using with everyone can be straightened. But as people is looking for it, it's not become the truth. If where is all the fairly interested, still become very unusual at first. Really makes sense if people just looking the world inside our world. Yes, in find out more in this case. It still just have to show it off. Where is more unusual? As you just look, it's where calling microwave sensors. As you go, it's fast and down full. It's just still making it so dark and become unusual. Like as every needs accessories and ways just to fill out. You just have to wait. Is this light or it is making strange things? Because it's so become interested in this. It still must have been more than 11 now, more than 10 minutes next. But it's also making stuff of become faster. The next lunar wave usually just caused not very much damage of the where people is taking all this stuff down. This usually just goes only when it's so be slightly and not unusual, as people just looking for some second safety. It's not very enough, but it's just looking for news way. If you look for this, it can change our military system. The system usually just want to find out more about the alien, but don't know how to help them and save them. Of course, it's the different countries and different war. Everything is different, but it still have to make it slightly slow. Of course, as everyone can't make the reservation of this, it's only just still. You want to stay for some minutes and just have an inbox with this? Of course, it's never have time to put things away. A new type of friend is looking for it? Yes, a really new type of friend, which is just kidding with me. Not a new one, but just say for hello. Yes, but as people aliens just say for hello to you.